Here's a warning for you. Pay attention to the toys you buy.
That's the warning for parents this holiday season. National safety advocates were at the Greensboro Children's Museum today to unveil a list of the top 50 potentially dangerous toys. Plastic guns and train sets were included. Safety leaders say some of the toys contain toxic chemicals like lead. Others are a choking hazard or are excessively loud.
And that is part of the problem. People can go to any toy store or even a dollar store and pick up pieces of children's jewelry that will contain well over the recommended amount of lead paint.
Barbie, Bob the Builder, and Curious George all made the list.
Now, WFMY News 2's Tracy McCain joins us. And Tracy, if these toys are a threat, why are they still on the shelves?
Well, Sandra and Kent, the CPSC requires that only toys that are hazardous, have small parts or have parts that could possibly fall off, that those be worn to parents. Otherwise, they can be bought off the store shelves. Now, lead, of course, is the exception. Anything that has lead in it has to be pulled off the shelves right away. Now, toy makers expect parents to heed their warning, but as I found out today, not all toys come with one.
Bob the Builder Dancing Bob is on PRG's list of potentially hazardous toys. The problem, the hammer top twists off and could be a choking hazard. But the toy does not have a warning.
Oh, he would love that.
The same goes with this Thomas & Friends dairy car. PRG says the milk barrel barely passes the small parts test, but there's no choke hazard warning on this one either. It does, however, warn parents the toy has a magnet. Without a warning, parents like William Fine will buy it.
I see Thomas or Bob the Builder or labels that are very mainstream. I tend to trust those more in terms of the safety factor. So I guess I'm relying on the big producers of those labels to keep our kids safe.
That, experts say, is another problem.
Parents, first and foremost, need to use their common sense and really examine toys and think about what parts could fall off and exactly how big those pieces are.
All toys are required to put an age for intended use on the packaging, though some parents don't take that into consideration.
The only time I do look at age-appropriate things are when I see small things that he might put in his mouth or swallow or things like that.
PRG recommends you do.
It's kind of a crapshoot almost to figure out if you're really going to get something that's safe or not. I'm the overprotective dad. I want to make sure that he doesn't choke or get hurt or otherwise if I can prevent it.
There's no government agency that tests toys before they are put out on store shelves, but parents can check on their own. Here's how. Now, this is an ordinary paper towel roll. If a toy can fit through this, then it can fit through a child's windpipe. So use this as your tool to figure out if a toy can get through a child's windpipe.
We have to be the testers on that then, don't we?
Absolutely. Carry one of these with you when you're shopping.
There you
all right,
go.
Tracy, thank you.
Thank you. Well, public interest research groups estimate 90% of all choking deaths are preventable. You can keep your child safe by following these tips. Thoroughly evaluate the toy before you buy it. Use the paper towel roll test to determine if the toy is a choking hazard. Read all the warnings on the toy's packaging and make sure the toy fits the right age group. And stay up to date on toys on the recall list. You can find the current list on digtriad.com. Do a keyword search for recall.